off. Today is day 349 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We are continuing on here with project number 8. Yesterday, we did, you know what, no, we want this. We can close out of that. Yesterday, we took a look at a second example, not so much of the, how do we word this? It was basically looking behind the scenes of an even more simple calculator, a further breakdown of the core essentials that are needed, and we can use those concepts and examples in our code. We're going to try and go off memory today, and I'm actually going to, in a sense, start fresh. We will keep and end up implementing some of the stuff we have, like the handle click event and the our event listener for clicks. But basically, aside from this top section, I'm gonna kind of start from scratch. We may be able to incorporate some of the stuff we have. But basically, what I was missing, I didn't quite realize it, and I did a little further analysis, going through some of my older projects and code. I wasn't using any objects, really. No key value pairs or anything like that. No for loops. There was no way to take data and kind of process it and manipulate and check it against conditions aside from if statements. But I was also looking at some of my other projects. They are basically all variables with a handful of functions and if statements only. That's it. But none of my other projects that I've worked on out of the previous 7 leading up to this, somehow I managed to make it through them only using just variables and if statements with the occasional function or so added in there as the vast majority of what I was using. So now I need more tools, and I had forgotten about those tools, but yesterday's kind of review guide was very helpful and eye-opening. So with that said, we are going to start chipping away. We can open our SAD calculator. Copy. And we can put that right here. Cool. We will open the view JavaScript console. So here we go. First things first. Let's go down to essentially a blank slate. Yeah. Good. Let's just pass all of that very far away from one and another. Here we go. We will keep our fun little function. Copy. And I keep drawing a blank on its name. IIFE, right? Isn't that what it's called? Immediately invoked function expression. That's what it is. Immediately invoked function expression. Gotta work on remembering that. So, we will end up having we're gonna end up having key value pairs. There was not just the look of the calculator, there was the calculating portion, Calculate. We'll even make that a function. Well, no. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So there was the calculating portion. It doesn't necessarily have to be in this order. There is kind of controlling what's on the screen, the either screen or display. I'm not sure. I feel like screen might actually be less confusing down the road. I'm hesitant to use display because of using dot display and what it means for CSS when used in JavaScript. Now I know it needs to be set up with style.display, but still, let's just go with screen. So we're going to have an area or functions, whatever we need to get the job done to calculate the numbers that we're going to be working with. We're also going to have the screen data that gets displayed and manipulated when we reset numbers and things like that. What else are we gonna have? We're gonna have like a utility section. No, I'm just trying to remember some of the core things that I quickly noticed that were lacking from my code, and there were at least two that I really recall, but I thought there were 3 or 4 fairly substantial portions that we're missing. Again, today we're going off memory off of today's guide, although we only got to go through it last night. We could check it out again, but we're going to do kind of a base version 2 calculator, and tomorrow we'll leverage that secondary bit. Things are happening. Don't mind me. Okay. What did we... It wasn't utility. Do we have a clear? Maybe I don't even need to worry about that. So under calculate, we've got calculate. There's the screen. Maybe screen should come before the calculation. No, we need to... We also need to receive the data. Generate strings, numbers, receive operand. Okay. I know there's more. There's another 4th section that I'd love to address tonight to at least get the ball rolling, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was. There was memory, we were logging things. There was calc. No. I mean, clear keeps coming to mind, but clear sort of falls into, I think, the screen area. We'll do clear in the meantime. I think it was the event listeners, honestly, that I'm thinking of. But that's going to also go up into the receiving portion. So anyways, with that said, we can actually take our event listener and We can even take our functions. So we're going to be clicking on buttons. We're going to get some info. And I think I might even change text content to value. I think that might be somewhat interesting because right now, at its core, it's retrieving these numbers as strings. If I do value, can I just give it a number, or does it have to be a string? Huh. I have no idea. I don't recall. We should Google that and find out. Don't mind me, there's a lack of oxygen and just general struggle to breathe. Hopefully your day is going better, but yeah, don't, just bear with me. Oh dear God. Okay, we're just trying to stay alive. Just struggling. Steven being Steven. Dear God. Contamination zone. Value. Let's see what happens when we do the oh my god, no. I'm still in Chrome, and I tried to do command save for Atom, but I ended up just saving the stupid calculator page like 6 times. Typical. Ridiculous. Over here, save. HTML value. Do we recall text object dot blank 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 blah blee blee blee? Typical. Not a lot of stuff that just explicitly states or shows the example of what I'm looking for. So let's close out of all of that crap. And we're just going to try our best and see what happens. So instead of text content, we are going to be doing the following. Let's comment out this noise and comment out that noise. What is the breakpoint? What is slowing this down? Aha. Look at that. Look at that. So this needs to be a slash. And that shouldn't be there. Ta-da! Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So as we start to rebuild our empire, we're gonna need... God, hold on. I want to start filling in the other things while I remember them. Oh. We're gonna have stuff and things and more stuff and other things. And the screen. Gonna have more crap, and then we're gonna have our for loops doing stuff. For variable I 0. I don't know. We're planning ahead. We're laying groundwork. Just as it hits us. We should keep our thoughts a bit more coherent. But that's not what we signed up for. Less than thing dot length. We'll eventually have something to gauge this by. Alright, there's that. There will be an if with more conditions. If I, you know, some kind of thing. Right, that old song and dance. Yeah, good. Okay, so we'll have some of that for both. See, we're falling in the right direction now. We're gonna have all kinds of crap, and it's not gonna be calc. This will be screen or display. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. La da 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 dee 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 later dee 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 da 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 dee 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 dee. Nice. You know, that's probably gonna be inside of a function, to be honest. Not gonna lie. That's probably gonna still live inside a function. Some sort. In fact, all of this may live inside a function. Doesn't matter. We'll save that noise for later. So, continuing on. What to do? We were going to change text content to just target. Yeah. Let's comment that out. Why is the aha because of the following? Look at that. Mind your P's and Q's, damn it. I forget what I was watching. But it had to do, they were discussing the early like printing presses, and it had to do with the letters would move, I guess, and you'd have to shimmy stuff around, or certain letters got more worn out than others, and I think that's where that mind your P's and Q's statement hails from, which I thought was borderline fascinating. Let's mix it up. Let's set that here. So, yeah, if anyone's still operating a printing press, if you can verify, confirm, or deny that, that would be cool. I'm sure the printing press community is highly involved with the Twitch community. I'm sure those two intersect quite frequently. Now, what were we doing? We were trying to come to terms with our new simplified calculator. We were testing what gets logged when we click on something. So if I save this, I'm going to be listening for the click, and it's going to spit something out. Okay, that is a 1. Now, what if I do... So I didn't even need .text content. Save. Refresh. Oh, there's a stray comma? What could have changed? Line 99. that wrong? Should it be a semicolon? Why wasn't that an issue beforehand? Maybe it's supposed to be a semicolon. Let's see if the problem progresses throughout. I can't remember what's supposed to separate the key value pairs in a JavaScript object. I should. And now it's the semicolon. Maybe it's because there's nothing there. Maybe it's because we have no value. Stuff and thing, more stuff, and more things. Gotta be a comma. Save, refresh. We just needed to have content in there, so let's do A, B, C, and D. Save, save, save. Beautiful. Refresh. Line 126. 126. Oh, right. We needed two things. It doesn't really need the asterisks. It really doesn't. Save, save, save. Okay, now we're better. Oh dear God, what's happening now? 99 and 130. Well, that's true. Technically, they are undefined. Same with this. Dum 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 dum. Maybe we're trying to lay down too much crappy groundwork too soon. Fair enough. It's all basic. We're just gonna get rid of that noise, get rid of you. Live clear, calc, and all that eventually. Save, 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 refresh. Ta-da. So, 1 is that. What if I do value? Refresh. Oh, look at that. When I click, each time it goes up when I do value. Huh. You know what? It's because value doesn't have the quotes around it. So it's not even registering that. That's why. Here is what's needed. And if I refresh it now... No, still that. Interesting. So value doesn't solve my problems. Or, chances are, I'm implementing it incorrectly. Well, I really wanted to just have a numeric value pass through when I click the button. It's not absolutely critical for it to function that way. Just kind of a nicety that I would have preferred to have happen. So we have this, we have text content. And honestly, that's not terrible because eventually, for the screen, we want to display the log, the equation, if you will. What do we want to call that log? Math log? Death. Memory log. That work? Memory log? No. We're going to do equation log. First of all, that's not how you spell equation, regardless of how late it is. We're not going to do a giant capital Q like NyQuil. We're just going to have equation log. Okay, so the screen will have and encompass a couple things. What is the screen going to have and encompass? The screen will always display the current state of the equation and the total, right? Let's test this example. Clear. 1, 2 plus, that stays, plus 3, and that changes, plus 2, 4, now 25 equals 40. And clear. Okay. I might have it log it a little bit different. I think I'd actually like to see the whole equation and log stay there in the calculator as it builds out the equation. And then I think I might want the lower number to kind of be a running total as soon as I hit one of the operators. Not sure. But we'll keep going down this path. So regardless, we're going to have two portions. The equation log, which I'm wondering if I should make it a function. Yeah. I should. Fuck. Damn, this is kind of what I was running into before. I can see portions of the project, but I don't immediately recall all of the steps needed to build up to that point. And that's what I'm struggling. That's why when my project builds, it's like scattering. I don't even know. It's almost like scattering seeds, and then it grows all from those wherever they fall. It just kind of spreads from there. It's not exactly well thought out. And I don't know why. I feel like I'm just struggling so much more with this calculator project than the other ones. It's in my mind, it also, so at least now, and after seeing the other project, it is like the calculator's broken into multiple smaller projects almost. Even though they're tied together and there's a proper path or order that things need to occur in. Because it needs to receive data, and eventually it needs to calculate it. But it also needs to display stuff on the screen, and then at the end, or in between somewhere, we should be able to clear. Yeah, we'll do that. So, it needs to show... Did we at least set our HTML back to normal? I think we did. Save, text content, refresh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bunch of 2s, a bunch of 3s. Cool. Okay. Okay. So what to do? We need to store these. Each one of these, whatever gets pushed, needs to be stored into a string and displayed somewhere. So we're taking all of that, and we need to push these buttons to... I almost want to push it to the screen. Is that weird for me to want to push it to the screen? Screen. I hope not. Screen will be a function. We'll have function screen. And it will have buttons. Yeah, buttons. Or just button. What else do we need? We've got that. So if we're sending things to screen. Why is that not? See, button type was blue. And now screen is red. Why is screen red? Button type is blue. Green. Red. Son of a bitch. Is screens a keyword in JavaScript? Screen's not a keyword in JavaScript. I mean, window is, but it depends still on the context and where it's placed. Well, let's just hope for the best. Anyways, we push it to screen, and eventually I'd like to have... Where is it? I wanted it to equal... Button type equals... Copy equation... equals equation log. We have function screen, we're calling screen to do something with it. Variable equation log will gonna equal an array. Yeah. An array or a string? I'm really not too sure. What could we do in that scenario? If we did it as an array, we would take all the numbers, and we break them up on the operators. plus, minus, divide, multiply. And we break them up on the operators. Yeah. Good. Okay. So, and then what do we do with it from there? Somehow we have to take that. I want all of the numbers. Crap. Equation. So buttons. Can I do button? Can I put button in an array? We want to push. That's what we want. I want to push buttons to the array. That's what it is. Dear God. I've just been totally struggling with this. Push. We receive button. Equation log. Dot push button. That's what I want. Could be a string. We're going to start with an empty array. And then eventually this will also equal equation log. We're going to update it with that. Save, save, save. Okay, let's see what we get with this at a minimum. Refresh. 1, 2. Okay, adds on to each one. Oh, and it's because... Okay, hold on. It's because we're calling screen each time. It keeps resetting it. So I don't want to reset it. How do I tell it? I was running into this issue earlier. We want to pass that to something. Variable equation log. How do I tell it to... Save. Build onto itself. I know if I made it global, I could do that, but apparently global is bad. See, refresh. 1, 2, 3, plus 4, 5, 6, minus 7, 8, 9. And then the equal sign, and then we'd end up with the total. So I'm getting the numbers. Having global variables is bad. Sending things, calling functions, and using parameters is good. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. One number each time. With each click, the number builds out. At least we've got this. But we need to do stuff with the following. Let's at least set this under screen. We need to take that, and once we have equation, we also need to have the following. Button comes in. Button gets pushed to something. Death. Button gets pushed to something. Maybe we should check out that guide. Let's at least do, it's definitely not what's needed here, but let's do equation log dot join. Each character, save, save, save. Well, you know what, technically maybe that is what's needed. Refresh, 1, 2, 3, plus, see, look at that, we figured it out. 1, 2, 3, plus 4, 5, 6, minus 7, 8, 9, and then we'll equal something. Cool. You know what? I think it's not tons of progress, but I think we are starting to fall down the path in the right direction. We're falling down the correct side of the mountain now. Let's go ahead and save this briefly and go ahead and push this to GitHub. We're going to count this minor victory as a win for day 349. We're going to take that, and then tomorrow we'll crack open the guide. We'll use it a bit more as a reference, not 100% as a flashlight of knowledge, but it will definitely be utilized a fair amount. Let's go ahead and push this noise to GitHub. GitHub. Yeah. Nice. Okay, we've got this. We've got the GitHub desktop app. GitHub stuff. Summary. Ooh. Starting from scratch. Starting over. Trying again. That's better. Trying again. Copy, copy, copy. Can we see that in OBS? We most certainly can. And we commit. And push. Resolving deltas. Wonder if Inspector Gadget could figure this out. Sure as shit we can't. Repositories? Yes, repositories indeed. Simple calculator, updated 19 seconds ago. Trying again. We refuse to give up, damn it. We refuse. Now, back into OBS. I think that's it for today. Thank you again to anyone and everyone who may have stopped by to view the stream. Even if you stumbled in here, any and all views are greatly, greatly appreciated. Day 349 comes to an end. However, the adventure continues tomorrow with day 350 of the year of streaming and learning the code. Only 15 more days of this journey before we finally get to shake things up, hopefully. In the meantime, we are stopping the stream. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it!